5 U.S. Navy Avenger torpedo bombers flew out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida on December 5, 1945, a few months after World War II had ended. Flight 19 was the name of the squadron. It was just a routine training flight, and the group was being led by Lieutenant Charles Taylor, who was an experienced pilot. The plan of the flight was easy: to fly eastward across the Atlantic, engage in bombing exercises, and then turn northward and fly back to the base westward. At first, everything appeared to be normal. The skies had been cleared up mostly, and the equipment checked. The attitude of the crew was relaxed. This was not the first time they were doing this kind of run. However, after a little more than an hour of the flight, something has changed. The voice of Lieutenant Taylor came back to the base by radio, confused. "We cannot see west. All is wrong. Weird. We are not sure of our stand." The radio operator on the base attempted to reassure him and requested him to explain, but Taylor became less sure of his answers. "We have no idea where we are. Something is wrong about the ocean." What ensued were a sequence of more and more desperate transmissions. Compass bearings were nonsense. Some of the pilots believed that they were flying over the Florida Keys. Others did not agree. Nobody knew any longer. One of the pilots is quoted saying, "We are totally lost." And then, nothing. With the loss of radio contact went hope. A rescue mission was at once launched by the Navy. A huge Martin Mariner flying boat carrying 13 men. However, the rescue plane too vanished within minutes after taking off. Witnesses aboard a vessel nearby declared that they saw a fireball in the sky. Then nothing. No debris. No oil slicks. No survivors. One of the biggest air and sea search operations in U.S. history commenced in the following days. The Atlantic was searched by hundreds of planes and ships, but not a single trace of Flight 19 or the rescue plane was ever located. 6 aircraft, 27 men, gone. No definite explanation could be made out in the official Navy report. The reason was just termed as unknown. However, with time, theories started developing up. Others pointed an accusing finger at freak weather conditions. Others thought it could be a mechanical failure or the pilot error. However, the most frantic theories referred to the region itself. The notorious Bermuda Triangle, a large expanse of water extending between Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, and long supposed to be cursed or worse. There have been reports over the years of compasses going crazy, sudden storms and planes simply disappearing. Others hold that there are magnetic anomalies. Others mutter of underwater alien bases, time warps, or holes into another dimension. Although these theories might seem rather implausible, the fact that cannot be denied is that Flight 19, along with many other flights that preceded and followed it, just vanished. Even now, decades later, nobody knows what exactly happened. There is no debris located. Nothing concrete has been brought up. Only radio logs, last words, and a reminder of how fast certainty can be gone. The most chilling aspect of the mystery, perhaps, is that Flight 19 was not flying to an enemy territory. It was in familiar skies, on a clear day, and close to home. And nevertheless, they were taken into something unseen, something that was never explained. Flight 19 turned into one of the most popular legends of the 20th century. Their disappearance inspired books, documentaries, and films. But behind the stories and the speculation, there is a simple, tragic fact. 27 good men went out on a training flight and never returned. There are cases when even the newest machines and the most talented pilots are not able to escape destiny. And somewhere, in the blue silence of the Atlantic, the story of Flight 19 is still waiting to have its ending.